And welcome to Wednesday's video. Today I'm going to share with you what meal I'm making straight from the dumpster. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this gallon of milk that we got free from my dumpster haul. So the first thing we're going to do is we have a little bit of butter in here, and we're going to turn on the induction cooktop. What we're going to do is we are going to melt our butter. To that, we are going to take almost a gallon of milk. This is one way to use up milk that needs to be used up. This is something Fanny used to make all the time, but the twist to it is we're not using dried beef. We are going to use a very frugal alternative. Now here on the East Coast, we have this available to us. But I found out last year when I made this, many of you on the West Coast have no idea what I'm talking about. In fact, many of you do not know what sweet bologna is. So what we're going to do is I'll get back to you when this butter is melted and the milk is hot. We're going to add a little bit of flour to it and some sweetened bologna, and we're going to have cream dried beef without the beef on toast. Now I put a little bit of flour in it, and we're just going to give it a good whisk so we don't want any lumps or clumps. And this is how Fanny always made her cream dried beef. We do it when the milk is cold. That way we don't have so many clumps. And as the milk starts to thicken, then we will use our sweetened bologna. So now we just add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of our smoked salt. I use a lot of smoked salt. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep stirring this until it gets thick. When it gets thick, then we'll add our bologna. You can add this with a side of peas, which makes things really good. You have a little bit of a vegetable. This is something that Fanny used to feed the farm workers. For breakfast, you can eat it for lunch, you can eat it for dinner. This is a very frugal way of really filling up a lot of bellies on a very low budget. And so when the farmers would come in after working in the field, or they would come in for breakfast, this was something really easy to make. Is it really good the second day? Well, the sweet bologna actually really marinates in with the white sauce. Basically what I'm making is a roux or a white sauce. Now I make it a little different than what some people say they make theirs, but no matter how you make it, it turns out really good. By putting the flour in the cold milk, I don't have any lumps. I never have any lumps. And making sure you stir it really well. So, I'll get back to you in just a few minutes. So here is what sweet bologna is. This is called Seltzer sweet bologna or Lebanon sweet bologna in our area here in Pennsylvania. All it is bologna. All it is bologna, but this is sweet. It's made with brown sugar. So we're going to put this bologna in. Now all we have to do is wait until it thickens, and then we can eat it. I'm going to go ahead and toast some of my free bread that I got. And we're almost ready to eat. Alright, so now it's ready to eat. So let's sit down and give it a try, and I'll show you what I think of it. I have made this so many times. This is a childhood memory of my children. They love it, and they still request it every once in a while. Once again, it's time for Fanny's Diary. We're on February the 13th, 1943. This morning I baked bread. In the afternoon it started to snow. Mary and I started out for Lancaster, but came back because we were slipping and sliding on Chickies Hill. It was just way too dangerous and a tad bit scary. I wonder what Fanny would think today. It's not 1943, but we had some snow overnight, and I thought I would share with you just a little bit of my snow that I'd had here on the homestead. Some of you do not have snow where you live, and you don't really know what it's like. Here in Pennsylvania, we get to experience all 4 seasons, and that's one thing I love about living here. I love the winter and the fall and the summer and the spring. I love the changes of the trees, and I love a good old-fashioned snow like the one we had last night. It's been another great day here in the homestead. I call this a 3-lantern night. What does a 3-lantern night mean? Well, it means it's been a very dark and dreary day, and it means it's a very cold and damp day. And on those days, I add 3 oil lamps here at my kitchen table. It was a productive day. It was a day spent with my husband and my daughter for upcoming videos that I'm going to be sharing with you this weekend. It's been a day of just hunkering down inside because it's just so dreary and cold with the freezing rain. I hope you enjoyed my small little videos of my winter that I had overnight. It was sleeting as I was making the video, and I was getting quite wet, but it was fun to share with you a little bit of a glimpse into my life and a glimpse of my diary. Many subscribers ask me if I'm like Fanny, if I create my own diary. And I simply tell them, yes, I do, but it's every single day on YouTube. YouTube is my diary, my video diary of my life. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.